Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I am live, guys. I'm live. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I am live. I'm a few minutes late, y'all. So I'm just going to allow you guys to come into a room before I start talking about these gems, these beauty supply store launch gems. Welcome, 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 y'all. And happy Thursday. It is raining here in New York. The weather is terrible. And I'm just like ready to literally go to sleep. But I'm like, let me go ahead and do this live and come on here and share some of the gems that we have been seeing in 2026 when it comes to launching a beauty supply store. So, this live, I'm going to be breaking that down for y'all tonight. And so, if you guys are watching me for the first time, first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome to the tribe. But go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you are logging in from. Also, y'all, I literally do like 90-minute long trainings every single Monday. So if you guys are not on my email list, you definitely want to get on my email list so that you can be a part of these trainings. This is where I like deep dive into all things beauty supply, how to get started, startup, and all that stuff. Okay, so that's number one. So like, let's get into tonight because I am gonna be on here for like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And if you guys have questions, y'all, if y'all have questions, you can drop them in the chat. Actually, I can see all the questions here on YouTube. On my other platform, I can't, but I can see the questions on here. So if you have questions, go ahead and you can go ahead and drop them in the chat so that I can be able to answer y'all questions. But um, 2026 is definitely going to be better than 2025. I say that with all the confidence in the world because 2025, we started off with a bang. We started off with Trump tariffs. We started off with a lot of crazy things. DEI shut down. 2025 was one of those years where it was like, you won't get hit. 2026, if it's when I tell y'all that the market is stabilizing, this is what 2026 is looking like because 2025 was just like Trump came in and he was like a freaking hurricane. He just like millywhopped the economy and he continues to millywhop the economy because now we in a war. So things continue to be a little bit up and down. But what we have seen so far in 2026 is that things are starting to stabilize, prices are starting to stabilize, which comes off of 2025. And so there are a lot of things that we are going to be talking about and working on today. Okay? Saying bye to my parents. They were here tonight. So, for those of you again who don't know me, my name is Janice Fredericks, and I strategically help men and women open and scale profitable beauty supply stores. So, if you guys are new to me, this is what this channel is all about. And I have tons of videos on here, so you guys can take out an afternoon and watch all of the videos because I talk about everything beauty supply. I've been in this industry for almost 2 decades, and half of that time I spent actually helping other people open beauty supply stores. So, if you are someone who wants to actually open a store with someone who has receipts for themselves as well as other people, this is the channel that you want to subscribe to and stay tuned because I drop videos every single week. So, like I said, y'all, there has been a shift in this industry. And so, I want to share with you some tactical things that store owners are doing differently and how you can also incorporate this into your plans for opening a beauty supply store. And if you already have a beauty supply store, these are some of the things that you can be thinking about implementing in your beauty supply store if you're not doing it already. So one of the main things I love to talk about is the fact that you must build this community even before you even build the store. And a lot of people don't understand that you guys are just not selling products, right? You are in the business of selling an experience. You're selling community. And so, one thing and one mistake I would say that the agents have made is that they've made it all about selling products. They've never sold an experience. We've never had a good experience in a beauty supply store. It's just always been very transactional, very one way. Right now, Brands are focused on selling an experience so that you can build community. And when you build a community, these are people that are very loyal to your brand. So it doesn't really matter the specific products you're selling. It's all about how you make me feel when I'm in your store. We all know how we feel in our favorite stores. Like for me, one of my favorite stores is Sephora. I feel good when I'm in Sephora. I can try on makeup. The girls are beautiful. They're nice. They're educated. They help me. And so the experience is there. This is the same type of mindset that you want to have when you're building your beauty supply store. It's because people don't want to just come in and just buy hair, because right now we can do that online. We can do that Koreans. They want to go somewhere where they can feel connected, where they can have a sense of community and they can feel like this is home. And that's what you want people to feel about your beauty supply store. You want to make your beauty supply store the go-to beauty hub in the community. You want to put your store so high on a pedestal that people aspire to want to go there. And one way that you can do that surely is by having a premium product mix, which is exactly what I did with my beauty supply store. I'm not telling y'all stuff in theory. I'm telling y'all literally what I did with my store. I started to focus on having premium products that can match that premium experience that I had in my store. And so again, it was an aspirational store. It was like um, Nordstrom, right? Or, Saks Fifth Avenue, like something that's aspirational versus going to Target or Walmart or, stores that everyone has access to and they just go to. That exclusivity by itself sets you apart from the competition. Okay. So some ways that you want to build this community and you want to have people build this sense of belonging is through your in-store events, which is something that I did in my beauty supply store when I was coming up. And at the time, literally no one was doing events. Now Target and all the other stores, a lot of them now do brand collaboration and events. But this was something I was doing because I was trying to think outside of the box of how can I provide a next level experience for my clients? How can I make Black women feel safe? Really, that's really the question. How can I go about making Black women feel safe? That's by bringing Black women together and literally having events where we can talk about our hair care journey, talk about our hair care struggles. Because in the workplace, it's very hard to do that. And then sometimes in the hair salons, which is probably the only other safe space that we ever had as Black women, you know, it also can be challenging to do that in that type of environment. And so when you have your beauty supply store, you want to constantly be thinking about what other events can I have in my store? And you want to build a 12-month event calendar, right? This is exactly what we map out with my clients is we're building in a 12-month event calendar. Like every single month, whether it's a large event or a small event, every single month, we're going to have touch points for people to come in and have a next level experience. So there should be days that are not just transactional. These are events where people can come in and they can have community. Okay. When you look at the fact that there are companies out there that now have like cafes in their retail businesses, they're trying to elevate. They're trying, especially brick and mortar. Now in 2026, you have to think outside of the box in just about every industry because people could just go online. And so now I'm seeing a lot of stores that have cafes in them because we literally want you to sit down. And so we're going to give you some coffee. We're going to give you a smoothie. We're going to give you a juice. I have so many clients right now who are incorporating like juices, like organic juices. And I just absolutely love the idea of having organic juice. I'm into it. Like I drink it. So that's why I feel like I would love that particularly for me. And so it goes back to like thinking about who are the people that you want to serve. Because if you're serving women who are into organic products for their hair, then they're most likely are into clean everything. So they eat clean, they're drinking juices, they working out. And so like even thinking outside of the box of like, I want to have juices in my beauty supply store. I just think like this is what we need to be thinking about when you guys are building your stores. Okay. second thing that I was talking about, and I've been talking about, is the fact that most people understand that we are in a technology AI era. We are always talking about how AI is going to be replacing these jobs, and 40% of the Black workforce is going to be pushed out because of AI. And so, how is it that we still have some beauty supply stores that don't even have a full functioning e-commerce website in 2026? What is happening? How are y'all not making basic money, making that basic sleep coin is what I call it, making money in your sleep with a full functional e-commerce website? This is basic stuff. Like, this is stuff y'all should have had back in 2015. I had a full functioning e-commerce website in 2015. So surely a decade later, you guys will understand the importance of having a full functional e-commerce website. That's a basic thing. Now we have AI. Now we have AI. Now we have these point of sale systems that can literally incorporate so much into your operations. So now it allows you to really become the CEO and not have to do so much manually, right? And so if you don't have a digital storefront, guys, and I want y'all to type digital storefront in the chat if you're paying attention. If you don't have a digital storefront in 2026, you literally going to be left behind. And you're just leaving a lot of money on the table. 10K months is possible just off a storefront. But if you're not at 10K yet, you definitely need to have a full e-commerce website. I'm not even going to talk to y'all about how your POS system needs to have the SMS text messaging, the ability for people to shop online and pick up in the store, and vice versa. If you don't have something in the store, once we get it in, my system can automatically send it to you and mail it to you, and you just have to pay for shipping right now. Or if you want to be a G about it, I'll pay for the shipping because I didn't even have the product for you. That's next level. That's a gem right there. But guys, it is 2026. And so if you are not blending your online shop with your in-store experience, you are behind. I'm telling you right now, you are behind. I can't even start to talk to you about AI if you don't even have a website. That just don't make any sense. Okay. And so we need to have a full commerce website to be able to do all of these things in our businesses. And we need to have automations in place. A lot of the POS systems have built-in automations now. So you don't have to have all of these different systems and all of these different apps to actually reach your customers. I spoke about this the other day. Go watch that other video. But your online presence is no longer going to be optional. You 1000% need to have an online presence. Okay. We want to make money in our sleep. Third thing, y'all, is, and that this ties into the POS system, because I just mentioned, which is, again, your point of sale system in your beauty supply store. This is a system that replaces the cash registers. So now you can literally do your transactions, take payment, right? Most POS system have the what is it? The remote checkout, right? The word is escaping me, but they have the remote checkout to where you can go up to someone's car and you can check them out. They don't even have to step foot in the store, right? So this is tying back to what I mentioned just now about the digital presence and being able to just be convenient, right? POS systems now have the ability to track data at a superior level. And so when you track data at a superior and a more efficient level, you're literally able to segment and talk to your customers directly. So if I know that you are someone who buys wigs every single month, I can segment all of my wig purchasers and literally target them with email marketing, with text message marketing, right? This is how you talk to your customers on a deeper level, because it's like, hey, name, I know you love our wigs. Just to let you know, we have new wigs in stock. That's segmentation, y'all. And when you get personalized messages like that, because I belong to a certain segment, like I said, for example, someone who wears wigs, and you buy wigs, now I'm gonna feel real special because you're sending me text messages because you know I buy wigs. Like, how special would someone feel if you are sending them specific messages based on their purchases? This is the power of having a point of sale system that does CRM, which is customer relationship management, as well as inventory management and employee management. Like, those are the three basic things that you want to have when you are purchasing your point of sale system. This is all going into the umbrella of having systems in place so that you don't have to be manually looking through stuff. Let me tell y'all, back in 2010, when I got started, I had to have papers, and the papers had what my customers' requests were. So I had to always go back and flip through all of these papers just to see the things that people were asking for in my store. Now, fast forward almost 2 decades later, you can have a system that can do all of that for you. And with a couple of touches of a couple of buttons, I can now print out a report that could show me the items in my store that sell the most. It could show me the items or the people that buy the most. It could show me what people are requesting, right? It could show you all of this data, and data is where the money resides. Where the money resides, where the money resides, where the money resides. It is in your data. And so in 2026, guys, you need to be data driven in your purchasing decisions, not emotional. Not my cousin says she like it. I saw this. I think it's cute. Like, no, it is based on the data. It is based on the community, because this is a community store, right? And so when we think about how we can optimize our services and our offerings through using the data in our store, this literally removes the guesswork of trying to figure out what the people want. You go straight to your reports and your point of sale system, and you can figure everything out. Because here's the bottom line, y'all. If you cannot track it, you cannot scale it. You cannot scale your beauty supply store to 15K, 20K months if you don't have the data to back it up. Okay, so that having a real POS system, looking at the weekly reports, which I have another video on that, tracking your margins, which is another big thing, looking at your margins, looking at the categories and seeing what sells the most and what has the most margins, because those two are not the same. Those two are not the same. High volume and high margin, not the same. But here's what I'm going to talk about. I got to wrap it up, guys. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Oh my goodness. I have a few more things I was going to talk about, but I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Okay. Understanding the ins and outs of all of this, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so this is why I decided to do my 5-day challenge again. So this is the first one for the year. And 9 times out of 10, just depending on how I feel, sometimes I can only do one big challenge per year. And so if you are wanting to definitely take this store launch and opening a beauty supply store or scaling your beauty supply store seriously, you can go ahead and join my 5-day challenge, which I literally just launched it this week, and the seats are going very, very fast. I haven't even put no ads out to it yet. And once I do that, it's going to be a wrap. Because this launch, I really wanted to only take 50 people on this launch. This is a virtual launch, and this is a launch where every single day for 5 days, I come on and train y'all live. So we deep dive into basically all the things that I have mentioned on this live, right? So day 1, we're talking about building your retail foundation, understanding the retail language, because you guys have to understand that being in the beauty supply industry, you're under the umbrella of retail business. So what is the first thing that you really need to learn? You need to learn the fundamentals of operating a retail business. You need to become a retailer. Okay. So you need to put on your retailer's hat before you can put on any other hat and build the foundation, because this is going to be a house that we're building. Every day builds on the next day, right? So day 2, we go into building out your brand identity, right? These are the pillars that separates a boutique store from a mom and pop store. And my alarm is going off for me to go to sleep. And this is what's going to determine whether you're going to make 6 figures your first year or $500,000 your first year. Because there's so many different ways to make money in this industry. That goes into day 3, which is identifying the different business models that are in beauty supply and in retail in general. So I'll break down what that looks like. Okay, so like I mentioned, high margin and high volume, 2 different things. But for some of y'all, that's like, it's kind of like confusing. You're like, what? Don't worry about it. I'm breaking it down day 3 on the challenge. That's why you got to sign up and show up. Okay. Day 4, we get into creating a legal structure, making sure you have all your permits in place. And when you leave day 4, you'll officially be in business. Because everything we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to be doing it live. And so every day has an action item. Every day has homework, right? That you must take action on all of these things that I'm going to be teaching you guys. That's the whole purpose of it being a 5-day challenge, because every single day you're going to be working on one thing in your beauty supply business. So what takes people months to accomplish, years to accomplish, we're literally going to accomplish it in 5 days back to back to back. Okay. And our last day is our funding day. So this is the day we pull everything up all together and we prepare you to get 6-figure funding for your beauty supply store. So I'm going to be teaching you all the ways to get funding for your store and how to position your store and your application to get that yes for lenders, right? And so what is one of the key things that you need? You need a business plan and financial projections. I'm also going to be teaching you guys about that on the last day, day 5, right? So this is the day we wrap it up and we pull it all together and we put a pretty bow on it and we say, go ahead and execute. Because all of the heavy pieces, all of the major milestones are completed in this 5-day challenge. Okay. We have 2 options, y'all, in the challenge. You have a general ticket that you can get. Then you have a VIP ticket that you can get. Your VIP ticket, guys, are for the serious people who have been thinking about this for years, because in VIP, I have the opportunity to coach you one-on-one. This is an additional hour that you're going to get. So our training is 1 hour. That's where VIP and all of us are going to be in the same room. And then after the training, we're going to go into a private room for just the VIP people where I get to train you and coach you guys directly one-on-one. So I'm going to be working with you directly on the homework from the previous day and telling you what to do, what to take out, what to put in, because we're going to go through the homework and I'm going to be coaching you guys live. So you're going to get that mentorship in the VIP room. So again, if you're really serious about this, then you want to upgrade to the VIP experience, because that's when you'll get that one-on-one coaching and high-level strategy from me in that additional hour. So you get an additional hour after the training. Okay, guys? So the thing is, this room is going to close down after a certain amount of people. So go ahead and get your tickets today. We also have Klarna and Afterpay on the website. So if you want that to be funded through Klarna or Afterpay, you can go check out and get your ticket right now and use Klarna or Afterpay. Those options are both available to you guys. All right. So that is all, y'all. I am going to go to sleep. Love you guys. I will see you guys on the next live, or actually I will see you guys in the challenge. Have a good night, guys.